Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fan Appreciation Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, folks, I'm taking a look at a science fiction film from David Lynch. Some of you might happen to remember the last time I covered a Lynch film. I completely despised it, because the film was Eraserhead, and after watching it, I found out that Eraserhead's a piece of shit. At least it is to me, so... But tonight's film was his sci-fi effort from 1984, based on one of the most popular science fiction novels of all time. The movie is Dune. Now, here is where this gets a little bit funky. There are a ton of versions of this movie, specifically Lynch's Dune, because there also have been like TV movies and TV like miniseries and all this other crap, all based on the same book. But Lynch's version, I should say. I know of the theatrical cut, which is what I'm going to be watching tonight. I know of a director's cut. I know of a work print. I know of, I believe there was a special version which was made by a television station which edited the work print, director's cut, and this thing together to form this massive, blob of something. I don't know if any of them are any good. I just know that the book this thing's based on is fantastic. At least until you get to the final third, which is nothing but appendices about fictional characters and histories that have absolutely no real bearing on the story itself. But that actually is much more a criticism on the book than it is on the movie. As long as this thing does not end with 1 hour of fucking history lessons that barely tie into the story, the movie will be fine. At least in terms of, what they're covering. I don't really know about, flow, pacing, acting, or anything else, but I'm gonna find that out right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Dune. Guys, there actually is no better way to start off a film than have some woman just sit there and give you a mountain of exposition. Rather than actually show us any of this, she just sits there, exactly as I'm doing right now, and telling you everything, with nothing else going on. I really kind of wish that we could have seen a little bit of what she was talking about, but no, Lynch didn't want to give us that. This film is not starting off too well, guys. Wow. This is sort of creepy, guys. We have this guild fucking navigator, and looks really creepy. He actually looks a little like the cow fetus baby thing from fucking Eraserhead. If it had a chance to grow up and look even creepier. So yeah, at least now we know Lynch is a master of making shit creepy as hell. Guys, I understand it's been a long time since I read the novel Dune, but I don't remember it being this fucking boring. I'm really curious if this thing is going to pick up at any point and actually begin to get like interesting. But as of right now, I'm kind of having my doubts. What the fuck? So I guess the fat man can fly a little, can't he? That's kind of sick, actually. And I mean this, guys, like, Harkonnen looks absolutely fucking disgusting. Guys, this actually is sort of funny. This scene actually has a little bit of action to it, and there actually is there's a little bit of intensity, and it's still boring as shit. It's really sad when I actually am able to say there's something here, but it's still boring as hell. That's really a bad sign for any movie, really. Guys, I seriously wish I had more to say instead of just beating the same fucking horse again and again. But god damn it, this movie's so fucking boring. We have a huge battle sequence. We have action coming from all corners. And yet, it's still not enough to draw my interest or make me give even half a shit about anything going on in this fucking movie. I actually am beginning to get pissed. That is how boring this fucking thing is, and I liked the novel it was based on. That actually is the part which is making all this sting just a little bit more. Well, guys, I believe I can say this much. After finally getting a chance to get a sort of a decent look at one of the worms in this movie, the worms look really cool. All right, I really wish I could say something else positive about the movie, but no, the worms are just really cool looking. That's all I can come up with so far, and the movie's over half done. That is kind of sad. Alright. Perhaps maybe it's a little bit, stupid that I am trying to compare this to the novel. I do not remember a training sequence like this anywhere in the book. Frankly, I'm kind of happy because that actually would probably have brought the book to a screaming fucking halt. God damn it all. Is this movie gonna give me anything positive to really talk about? Like anything like seriously positive? I seriously am horribly afraid that I am not gonna find a damn thing good to say about this movie. It's actually beginning to depress me a little bit. Thank the good heavenly fucking God this shit heap is over. Well, plus side is, song's pretty good. I will cover that in just a minute. I will cover the, positives that tie in with the music, but just need to let this sort of wash over me a little. Oh God. Well, there's no use in fucking prolonging this. Let's talk about the movie. Positives. Let's cover the positives first. Because I need to feel happy after dealing with this. The music is fantastic. The score for this movie, according to the back here, was actually composed by Toto. I kind of noticed that a while ago, but because I was really curious exactly who did the fucking music, and Toto did a fantastic job. But then again, I'm actually kind of a fan of the band Toto, so I guess I have a little bit of a soft spot there. Excuse me. So I would highly recommend, if you can find the soundtrack somewhere to this movie, pick it up, download it, buy it, whatever. That's really the only true 100% positive I have for this movie. The other one has to do with special effects, but special effects are a ridiculously mixed bag. Because we have certain effects, specifically stuff like the worms. And the sandworms in this movie look absolutely fantastic. I really cannot put into words how awesome those effects looked. There's also a lot of CG in the film. And mind you, the film was made in 1984, so we have to judge the CG there by 1984 standards. And by 1984 standards, the CG is spectacular. Okay, I mean, it is some really decent stuff. Even though almost all of it is just real basic like shapes, because essentially the CG is just, well, everybody's personal shields, and there's only like a couple of scenes with those. It still looks really good, so I do feel the need to kind of mention that. It looks really good by 1984 standards. If I were to try to compare it to the stuff we have today, I would say it totally sucks. However, you would have to be a complete retard to attempt to compare effects from 1984 and try to judge them by today's standards. So, beyond that though, effects-wise, everything else is complete shit, alright? Alright guys, let me tell you, it's like the spaceships look horrible and the makeup effects are just hideous. Creature effects are pretty good, however, beyond the sandworms and the bizarre fucking, like navigator thing, there are no other, like, creature effects. And those look, well, and those sort of ranged from really good to okay. So I guess I can sort of mark the creature effects as another positive. Now let me get into the biggest crime for this movie, and that is the writing. See, guys, it has been about a decade since I read Dune, and I do remember enjoying the book. All right, I do remember genuinely liking it when I was reading it because the characters, the world, the story, the conflict, everything was very, very deep, and it was very, very developed. So you read it and you actually felt personally invested in the characters, in the story, and in the setting. The movie, on the other hand, strips away all of that. We have shallow, horrible characters. We have a plot which is stretched so thin it's almost painful, and just Jesus fucking God. I'm really curious. Who the hell wrote this fucking thing? I actually never even looked. Somehow I'm not really surprised. David Lynch wrote the screenplay to this thing. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is the second film I've seen that was written by David Lynch, and I've noticed a pattern. Now, mind you, if I ever get around to watching a third film that was written by him, preferably also directed by him, this might actually show a very true pattern. But so far, the two films of his I've seen, which were Eraserhead and Dune, we have had shallow characters, we've had shitty fucking stories. The man cannot write. He doesn't know how to. Okay, I am going to say that right now, just based on the two films I have seen, which he has had his hand in. David Lynch does not know how to write. Now, yes, there may actually come a time when I will watch another movie that he fucking wrote, and he has every opportunity to prove me wrong. But you know what? So far, the man does not know how to write a goddamn thing without it turning into a pile of shit. He took one of the greatest science fiction novels in the history of literature. He stripped away every last bit of depth. He stripped away every last bit of character fucking development, and we get this shallow, awful hunk of shit. I am sick and tired of seeing these sorts of things, guys. I mean, come on. It really just pains me. And mind you, I liked the novel Dune. I didn't fucking love it. And this movie's a goddamned insult. Jesus fucking God. Let's talk about the acting while I have a moment. The acting ranges from flat to lifeless. Nobody's actually turning in any kind of a performance that I would see as good, or that I would see as worth anything, which is saying a lot, because we have Patrick Stewart in this movie, and Patrick Stewart almost always turns in a fantastic showing, and we have Max von fucking Sydow in this movie, and he also knows how to turn in a fantastic showing. We have those two along with an entire cast who could have and should have been promising as hell. Mind you, I was not expecting miracles from fucking Sting. Okay, I kind of had a feeling that Sting was gonna suck, but I had hopes that everybody else would at least be able to carry their own share. But nobody did. Every last actor phoned in a wooden, shitty performance. My God, guys, this movie is a chore to get through, and it's only 2 hours and 16 minutes. And if this version sucked, I dread to even think about how the fucking director's cut would feel. I don't think I'd be able to make it through the fucking director's cut. I really don't. I really do not think I could. There is just no way. Now, before I go sit in a corner and cry, Dune was bought off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in, I'm going to try to pronounce this as best I can, because there's two possible ways this can be pronounced. And if I happen to pronounce it wrong, please correct me. The person who sent the movie in, his YouTube channel, I'm going to assume it's a him, again, I'm not, is Goldstein's Book. I am going to link you to that YouTube channel. Go over there and just take a look, and if you like what you see, sub, okay? Just, and also thank him for sending this. In fact, hell, I'm just going to assume him. And I'm also going to say thank you. Because I have been curious for years if Dune was any good. I never had a chance to watch it. Well, now I know the movie is not worth the plastic it was fucking burned on for the stupid DVD. Well, guys, there's only one movie left in Fan Appreciation Month, and it's another Japanese film. That's really the only thing I'm going to tell you, is it's another film from Japan. I don't know what to really tell you beyond that, because again, I haven't even read the back of the DVD to even know if the fucker's any decent. The only thing I know is that it's like a comedy horror musical, some such shit. I don't know. I will find out in the next episode. So guys, until next time. Oh God. Let me just try that closing again. God damn it, this movie just... God damn. With that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.